Hello, hello, and happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to Yoga, the new Sunday Fun Day. This is Matthew Morales with Quiet Mind Yoga, and I am here for your 4 p.m. Central Standard Time class. So let's go ahead and get ourselves situated. Grab any props you may need. Obviously, if you have a yoga mat, you'll utilize a yoga mat. If you have yoga blocks, grab those, a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, maybe a belt strap or something like a piece of rope or something stretchy that you have. Pillows and blankets are always a wonderful option, especially if you have maybe sensitive knees or maybe a sensitive lower back for sitting. That'll help with that. Anything else you might need, grab some water, something healthy to drink, maybe light some candles, some incense, put some essential oils in a diffuser. I'm gonna go and add some incense to my space, so you do what you need to. And if you have anything specific that you want to work on today, let me know. Leave me a comment. Hopefully I see it. Sometimes I don't. Just depends on what Facebook wants me to see. So yes, if you have anything specific, let me know, and we'll get started here in about 2 to 3 minutes. Just so you know, we are going to be starting today lying down on our mat. So if you want to go ahead and lie on your back, you feel free to do so. Get yourself situated. We have about another couple minutes, and then we'll go. Okay, let's see if anyone has anything specific. All right, I don't see anything yet that anyone left a comment that you have something specific you want to work on. But if you do, let me know, and I will gladly incorporate it into today's practice. We have about 1 more minute or so until I can get this music going. Have to start without the music, which is okay. We actually didn't have music this morning either for our class because our stereo decided to give out. Let's see, shoulders. All right, Connie, got it. Some shoulder opening is what I'm assuming. Some shoulder opening and mobility, or shoulder strength, or both. We can do both. I typically like to balance it out. We're going to go ahead and get started while the music is starting up and all that good stuff. All right, shoulders is the only thing that I saw, so that's what we're gonna go with, as well as many other things that we are doing today, but I will definitely incorporate some shoulders. So let's go ahead and start lying down. Speaking of shoulders, if you want to go ahead and start right off the bat to get some opening, if you have yoga blocks, set a block between the shoulder blades running vertically, so up and down your spine, and you're going to rest on the block, and the head will drop off of the block, so it's not going to be resting on it. It'll come down towards the mat. If this is just way too intense for you, you can already see that you're starting to open through the chest and the shoulders here. If it's just way too much, maybe you use a blanket or a pillow. If you have a blanket, I do suggest rolling it up like so, just like this, and then placing the blanket again between the shoulder blades, one end resting at your tailbone or where the sacrum lies, and then just resting on the blanket again, head falling off of the blankets. And if you don't want to use any props today, then don't use any props. Just lie flat on your back. Whatever you choose, go ahead and get into that position now. Allow yourself to start settling in. Adjust as you need to. Know that you are never stuck in any one position. So you can feel free to move about as you need to. And as you are resting here on your mat, go ahead and start to close the eyes if you haven't already. And with the eyes closed, let the back of your head start to get heavy. Let your eyebrow center soften. Relax your jaw. Drop the shoulders. Soften the hips, the hands, and the feet. Let the ground do all the work for this moment. As you're resting here, give up all efforts. Sometimes it's harder for us to actually do nothing. That's when certain things can start to rise up inside of us that maybe we don't want to take a look at. But for this moment, try as best as you can not to do a single thing, no effort whatsoever. And as you're lying here, start to connect to your breath, just the natural rhythm of your inhale and exhale through your nose. Watching every inhale, draw it in through the nostrils, make its way down the throat and into the chest or belly. And with every exhale, you watch the breath travel up from the belly, through the back of the throat, out through the nose, and over the upper lip. And again, start to notice all the subtleties of the breath. Notice if the inhale's a little longer or shorter than the exhale. Notice if the breath is a little cooler going in and a little warmer going out. And simply stay here, observing the breath for a few moments. Scan through your physical body. Notice how it's feeling today. There's no right or wrong way to be feeling. I just simply want you to observe. Whatever might be going through your mind right now, I encourage you to let it go, to drop the thought. It's always your choice if you want to hold on to a thought or you want to let it go. So go ahead and release it now and still follow the breath. Let that be your focus for the next 90 minutes, your breath and the body. I promise that'll help you so much more than holding on to a thought. Now start to become familiar with the area that you are in. Feel the temperature of the room against your skin. Maybe you have a fan on. Feel the gentle breeze from the fan. Feel your clothes resting on your body. Feel entire back body connecting to the ground. Observe any sounds that you may hear around you. And then come back to focusing on the breath as we start to deepen it. So with every inhale through the nose, fill the belly up and let it expand. And with every exhale through the nose, empty out completely and draw your navel down towards the spine. So again, as you inhale, fill the belly up, let it grow. As you exhale, empty out, navel to spine, and keep this going on your own. I know it may not feel so natural to breathe so deeply into the belly, but that's what we're going to do for this practice. So keep playing with that deep breath. You have 2 more here on your own. Last one. After this next exhale, we're transitioning to a 2-part breath. Listen closely. Inhale to your belly for 1, 2, 3. Inhale heart. 4, 5, 6. Exhale heart. 1, 2, 3. Exhale belly. 4, 5, 6. Inhale belly. 1, 2, 3. Inhale heart. 4, 5, 6. Exhale heart. 1, 2, 3. Exhale belly. 4, 5, 6. Inhale belly. Inhale chest. Exhale chest. Exhale belly. Continue 3 more rounds on your own. Adjust the count as you need to. Really allow the breath to travel deep into the belly and then fill up the chest cavity as well. 2 more rounds. Last one. After this exhale, go ahead and release the 2-part breathing. Come back to breathing solely into your belly, continuing in and out through the nose. And as you're lying here, I invite you to set an intention for today's practice. So maybe you aren't exactly clear why you showed up on your mat today, and that's okay. Ask yourself internally or out loud, why am I practicing yoga today? And then listen in the body for the answer to come up. And whatever it may be, start to repeat it to yourself internally as if it's already happening in this moment for you. And trust yourself that you know what you need. Two more breaths here, repeating the intention to yourself. Last one. Now let your intention go. And for a moment, I want you to envision a ball of light at the crown of your head. It can be any color you want. This light is radiant, it's beautiful, it's healing, it's sharing so much love, this ball on the top of your head. See it in your mind's eye. And then start to picture this ball of light, this energy starting to travel down and going into the body. From the crown of your head, it travels down through the forehead, down into your heart space, into the solar plexus, through the ribs, down into the belly, into the lower back. It'll finish at your tailbone, the base of your spine. And then from here, this beautiful light that made its way through your body takes a turn and starts to travel down into the ground below you. It cracks the surface and makes its way into the earth, traveling down through the dirt. And allow it to continue to dig deep into the earth, into Gaia. As far as you would like, envision this ball of energy traveling down, further down and deeper. Feel this connection to this energy, the ball of light, as it still remains in the body as well. And now let that ball of light pause wherever it's at now within the earth. And any worries, any anxiety, any fears, any stressors, any triggers that are up for you right now, send them into this light that is still a part of you. Imagine it as a tube that's running through you. Send all of that into this tube and let it slide down into the earth, letting Mother Earth take care of it for you, giving it all up. Let nature cleanse it for you. And stay here for a few breaths as you continue to release whatever it is that you need to let go of right now. Feel yourself lighter as you've given up these things. Feel yourself more relaxed. Now go ahead and release that vision of the light that's traveled through you. And come back to breathing, to focusing solely on the breath, keeping it going deep into the belly. To gently wake the body back up by bringing small movements into the fingers and the toes. If it feels okay for your neck as it is, gently rock your head from side to side. If you have something underneath you like a prop, go ahead and make your way onto one side so you can move that prop over to one side of the mat. Come back to lie flat on your back and hug your knees into your chest. From here, start a gentle rock from side to side. Doesn't have to be anything too big for right now. Stay with the breath. Keep the left knee hugged into the chest. Right leg extends out in front of you. Take the left knee over towards the right side for supine twist. Now, if you have a block, I do encourage you to play with placing a block underneath that left knee. Gaze will be over the left shoulder. We'll stay here for a few breaths. And if you don't have a block to rest underneath your knee, do not worry about it. Just let it hang here. Let gravity do its job, do the work. 2 more breaths. Last one. On your next inhale, come back to center, and we switch. Extend the left leg out in front. Right knee hugs into your chest. If you're using the block, go ahead and move it over to the other side. Drop your right knee over towards the left for supine twist. Right shoulder stays as grounded as possible. If it is lifting off the mat, that's okay. And be gentle here in this twist. We are just starting to move the body now. Not so warm yet. Gaze is over the right shoulder. You have 2 more big breaths. back to center. Hug both knees into your chest and start to rock and roll front to back, forward and back. Taking about 4 to 5 rocks, building momentum each time. And as you are ready, you cross your legs, making your way all the way forward into 4 points, tabletop. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. While we're here, we're going to start to isolate the shoulders a little bit more. So I want us to press into the base of our thumbs and protract. Here, reaching the middle of the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Take a couple breaths here. Core stays engaged, so navel draws up towards the spine. The back of the heart, which is the space between the shoulder blades, is reaching up towards the sky. And then I want you to retract, hugging the shoulder blades towards the spine, dropping your heart down towards the earth. So shoulder blades hug in as if they wanted to touch on your back. We're going to move with the breath now. So as you inhale, protract, again reaching the space between the shoulder blades up. And as you exhale, drop the heart down, shoulder blades hug the spine. Again, inhale, protract. Exhale, retract. Keep going 3 more times on your own. Am I going away? Is that alright? Keep the core engaged, not so much arching or rounding through the lower back. 1 more round. On your inhale, come back to a neutral spine, tabletop position here. Now we're going to still continue to work with the shoulders. As you inhale, bring the shoulders up towards your ears. We're going to hold them here for a couple breaths. Shoulders are trying to meet the ears. I know you don't hear me say that a lot. Quite the opposite, actually. On your next exhale, drop the shoulder blades down the back, shoulders away from the ears. You're activating your lats a little bit more here. And same thing, we're going to start to move with the breath. So as you inhale, shoulders come up towards the ears. As you exhale, drop the shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades melt down the back. Keep the core engaged, inhale up. Exhale down. Take 3 more while you're here on your own. One more round, you got it. Now as you inhale, come back to a neutral spine again. Now we're going to start to make circles, so listen closely. As you inhale, reach the middle of the shoulder blades up towards the sky, protracting. As you exhale, draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Inhale, retract, hug the shoulder blades to the spine, dropping your heart towards the earth. And then exhale, shoulder blades melt down the back. Again, inhale, protract. Exhale, shoulders to the ears. Inhale, shoulder blades hug the spine. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears. Last one, inhale, middle of the spine up. Exhale, shoulders to the ears. Inhale, drop the heart, shoulder blades hug the spine. And exhale, shoulder blades melt down the back. Tuck the toes under. Bring your knees closer together. Come back to sit onto your heels, giving your shoulders a little break here. Now rest your hands on your thighs. We're going to have this one breath here. Come back into 4 points, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. While we're here, start to walk your hands forward, leaving the hips in the air. Drop your chest and your forehead down towards the mat. Bring your hands together in prayer posture. Lift them up above the back of your head. Without moving your hips, see if you can walk your elbows forward just a tiny bit more. 6 to 8 inches. And take the left elbow, reach it forward a little bit more. So while we're here, we're focusing on breathing into the left side of the body so it gets a better stretch. Envision the breath going into the whole left side of your body while you're here. You have 3 more. Last one. On your inhale, come back to center. Exhale, other side. Again to the left, about 6 to 8 inches. Take that right elbow, reach it forward a little more. Breathe into the right side. Last big breath here into the belly. As you inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the hands, walk them back. 4 points. Toes are untucked now. Tops of the feet on the mat. Bring your knees closer together. Come back to sit onto your heels. We're here. We're going to still work with the shoulders just a little bit more. So I want you to make fists. Place the hands straight by your side. Arms are straight down. Now reach back with the palms facing back behind you. Start to reach the arms back. There's going to be a moment here where either you're going to want to open the heart and the chest. Try to avoid that. Continue to hug the front ribs in. Let the shoulder blades go down the back. There's a moment now where I'm stuck. So I'm going to rotate my palms to face one another. Continuing to hug the ribs here. They still want to open up. But I want to isolate the shoulders. So I'm going to lift a little higher. A moment where I get stuck again. Shoulders away from the ears as best as you can. I'm turning the palms to face down now. Lift a little higher, and then I'm going to continue the circle coming up. Palms are facing forward, and then circle the arms back down. We're going to go again just like this. So palms are already facing back. Continue just like this. Core engaged, hugging the ribs. That moment you get stuck, turn the palms to face one another. Lift them a little higher. Turn the palms to face down. Lift them a little higher. Continue the circle. Palms are facing forward now. Continue forward. You have 1 more just like this. Shoulder blades melt down the back the entire time. Inhale back. Keep going. Turn the palms in. Lift a little higher. Turn the palms down. Lift a little higher. Turn them forward. And finish the circle. Back into your 4 points. Tabletop position. Tuck the toes under. Lift your hips up. Downward facing dog. Pedal your feet while you're here, bending one knee and then the other. Shake your head yes, and shake the head no. One more breath here. On your next inhale, start to slowly walk the feet forward to meet your hands. Nice and easy, nothing too quick. Stay folded over at the top of your mat. Heel toe your feet out towards the edges of the mat. Right hand grounds down underneath your heart center. Left arm reaches up for the twist. If you need some help bringing the ground closer, maybe you utilize a block, maybe a pillow, maybe you stack some blankets on top of one another. And allow the twist to come from the spine. So you might notice that your hips want to shift one way or the other. Keep them as centered as possible. Let the spine do the twisting. 2 more breaths here. Open up a little more. As you exhale, drop your left hand down towards the earth. Other side. Reach the right arm up. We twist again from the spine. Keep them lengthening through the spine as well, reaching the crown of your head forward. Open up a little more. You have 2 more breaths. Last one. Exhale, release the right hand back down towards the earth. Heel toe your feet back underneath your hips. We have ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows. Drop your head down. Let it hang heavy. Find a rock from side to side. Nothing too quick. Take it easy. Something needy for the mean court. That's a fine looking high horse. What you got in the stable? Make your way back to center. Release your hands down towards the earth. Shift your weight forward towards the toes, but keep your heels on the ground. As you inhale, halfway lift, making a 7 with your body. As you exhale, fold it over. Let everything release. Again, inhale, half lift. Weight is staying forward towards the toes. Exhale, fold it over. One more round here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Press down through the feet. Inhale, rise all the way up. Lengthen up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. From here, we start to flow through our Sun A. Everyone take a breath here before. Exhale, empty out. And we begin. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold it over, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Chaturanga, step it back. Maybe you use the knees here, high to low plank. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, Down Dog, lift up. Take a breath here. And we continue on. Inhale, slightly bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop, feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale, rise all the way up and lengthen, listen close. Exhale, back bend, cactus the arms, opening the heart. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, fold it over, we continue on. Inhale, half lift, open the heart. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. And exhale, Down Dog. One breath here. As you inhale, slightly bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, or flop, feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it over, release. Inhale, rise all the way up, keeping the core engaged. Exhale, back bend, cactus the arms. Inhale, straighten up, keeping the core active. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Chaturanga, step or hop. High to low plank. Inhale, Cobra or back bend. Exhale, not back bend, sorry, Cobra or Up Dog. And Down Dog, we're here. This time we're going to stay here for some breaths. Don't move, I'm just walking closer because we're going to do a little bit of breathing while we're here. I want you to have a small bend into your knees. Keep your head hanging heavy. And you're going to start to forcefully exhale. It'll look like this. Forcefully exhaling through the nose. Keep pressing the breath out. You have 10. Pick up the pace. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, send the breath out completely and hold it out. Draw the navel to the spine. Walk your feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, back bend. Now you back bend and cactus the arms. Inhale, straight up. Exhale. your heart. We're not going through it again. Now we go into chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees. Take a seat. Let's keep moving. Exhale, fold it over. Release. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up into the air. Exhale, knee to your nose, crunch it in. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to the right tricep. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Pause here, give me one push-up, just one. Inhale, right leg up. You can continue tiny push-ups. Exhale, step it through, warrior one. Inhale, we rise. Stay here. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Press through the pinky edge of the back foot. Pull that left hip forward a little bit more. Go deeper into the bend in that front knee. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Doesn't matter which thumb is on top, but do take note of which thumb is on top right now. Reach the knuckles back. Open your heart to the sky. Bend into that front knee a little more. Option to stay here if this is enough for you already. Or to play with some balancing, maybe you come forward, keeping the hands together. Warrior three. We have 2 more breaths wherever you're at. Last one. If you're in your warrior three, as you exhale, gently land that left foot back down, coming into the warrior. Everyone, inhale, release the hands, arms up. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, maybe 3-limbed. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Take one breath here to reset. And we have the other side. Inhale, left leg straight up. Exhale, knee to your nose, crunch it in. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to the left tricep. Inhale, up. Exhale, right tricep. Pause here, give me one push-up. Again, it can be tiny. Inhale, up, but go for it at least. Exhale, step it through, warrior one. Same thing, other side. We start with the arms up. Right hip is pressing forward as I'm pushing into the pinky edge of my back foot, going a little deeper. Then from here, hands behind the back. Now other thumb is on top. This is the time you switch. So really it's the way that won't feel so natural to you. Reach the knuckles back. Bend into the front knee. An option to stay here. This is what your body needs right now. Or maybe you need some balancing today. Warrior three, keeping the hands together. For more of a challenge, palms to touch. Keep that right leg active if you are in the balance. 2 more breaths. You got this, whatever you're doing. If you're in warrior three, as you exhale, start to gently bring that right foot back down. Everyone release the hands. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, maybe 3-limbed, leading the left leg up. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Take some breaths here. Take a child's pose at any time that you might need it. You have 1 more breath here. As you inhale, slightly bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop, feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Take 1 breath here. And we continue on. Inhale, chair pose, bend the knees. Take a seat. While we're here, bring your hands to your heart center. We're twisting to the right. Left elbow to the right knee. Check in with that left knee. Make sure it stays in line with the right. Option to stay here, or maybe you open the arms up, keeping the left tricep on the outside of that right knee. Or maybe you decide to also play with some flying today, coming into your side crow. So you're legs rest on top of the left tricep, and you come forward here, bringing the legs up off the ground.
Like you said,
one more breath wherever you're at.
Life goes
and release. Everyone meet in a forward fold. Take your peace and love fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it over. Bend the elbows, drop the head. Take yourself deeper into the fold. If you'd like, you can have a small bend into your knees. Maybe that'll take it more to the hamstrings for you.
No love, no.
One more big breath. Now release the big toes. Everyone, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it over. And inhale, chair pose again. Bend the knees, take a seat. Weight is in the heels. Hands to your heart center, we twist to the other side. Right elbow to the left knee. Reach your heart up. And again, same thing, play with it. Maybe you stay here exactly where you're at. Maybe you open the arms. Maybe you decide to take your side crow.
Can't take my eyes off of you. I can't take my
one more breath wherever you're at. And release. Fold it forward. This time, slide your hands underneath your feet so your toes come to rest on your wrist crease. And if you need to, bend the knees to get to this position. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, open the heart up. Exhale, fold it over, release. Take a couple breaths here.
Most of the time.
Last one.
And so it is.
Release your hands from underneath the feet. Let's continue to flow. Inhale, half lift, open the heart. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg straight up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to the right tricep. Inhale, up. Exhale, left tricep. We're going to pause here again. This time, 2 push-ups. It could be baby push-ups. That's okay. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Crescent lunge this time. We rise. Back heel stays lifted off the earth. Bend into the front knee. Archer's lunge. So you're going to take your right arm back, left arm forward. Go deeper into the bend in that front knee. So again, right arm's reaching back, left arm is reaching forward. You're twisting. Back leg is still active. One more breath here. Hold it. Not the breath, the pose. Now as you inhale, you're going to unwind to face the left side of your mat. Star pose, reach the arms. And then goddess pose. Bend the knees, cactus the arms. We stay here. Keep reaching the tailbone down. Sink a little deeper. 2 more breaths. Last one. Straighten the legs, hands come to your hips. You're continuing to face the left. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold it over. Hands to the earth maybe. Drop the head as close to the ground as possible. If you have inversions in your practice, this is your moment to take anything you may want. Maybe a tripod headstand. Maybe just simply a tripod. Maybe a headstand, whatever you want.
Can't take my mind.
You have 2 more breaths here.
I can't take my mind.
Now, if you're in an inversion, feel free to take as much time as you would like. If you're not in one, go ahead and start to bend the knees slightly, come all the way up. You're going to bring that left foot all the way up to the top of your mat. And we stay here for 1 breath. Inhale through the nose, fill the belly up. Open the mouth, exhale it out. And we go again, other side this time. Inhale, chair pose, bend the knees, take a seat. Exhale, fold it over, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, shine the heart. Exhale, step or hop it back, Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. You got it, stay with me. Inhale, left leg straight up. Exhale, knee to the nose, crunch it in. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to the left tricep. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to the right tricep. Stay here, 2 push-ups. Inhale, left leg up again. Exhale, step it through, crescent lunge. Back heel stays lifted if possible. Arms reach up. Hug the front ribs in, draw the navel to the spine, sink deeper. Big breaths here, take one more here. Back leg active, archer's lunge. Left arm back, right arm forward, go a little deeper. 2 more breaths here. You got it. Now as you inhale, we're going to unwind to face the right side of the mat. Inhale, star pose, reach. Exhale, goddess pose. Bend the knees, cactus the arms. Send the elbows back so you're opening through the chest. Tailbone reaching down, sink a little lower. 2 more breaths. I'm in this with y'all. I know it's not the easiest. You got it. Last one here. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands onto your hips. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. You continue to face the right. Exhale, fold it over. Hands to the earth. Again, option to play with any inversion you would like. Or you go into a stretch and walk your hands over towards the left. Right hand grabs onto the left leg, the outside of the left leg. And left arm reaches up. You're twisting. If you are in the twist, go ahead and bring that left hand back down. Walk the hands over towards the right leg. Left hand grabs the outside of the right leg. Right arm reaches up. We twist, other side. 2 more breaths. So if you're in an inversion here, you have 1 more breath wherever you're at. Release the right hand back down onto the mat. Come back to center. Small bend into your knees. Rise all the way back up. We step that right foot all the way forward to the top of the mat. Hands at your heart center. 1 big breath here. Inhale through the nose. Fill the belly up. Open the mouth. Exhale it out. 1 more. Inhale, deep breath. Open the mouth. Exhale it out. And we continue. Inhale, chair pose, bend the knees, take a seat. This time we're going to hang out here. Typically we do hang out here. We haven't today so far. Well, not much. Weight in the heels. Now come forward onto the toes, heels off the earth. Maybe this is where you stay for right now, and that's perfectly fine. Or maybe you can continue to sink even lower until your butt is resting on the heels, and you can take your hands to the heart center. Keep breathing deep into the belly. From here, we're going to head back up, but you're going to take your time. There's no skyrocketing back up to standing. Slowly. I know you don't want to go slow, neither do I. Coming all the way up. And exhale, drop the heels, fold it over. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up into the air, bend your knees, stack your hip. Option to stay here or flip it over into your wild thing. Maybe even from wild thing, you drop the right hand down and you come into your wheel. 2 more breaths wherever you're at. Last one. If you are in your wheel, you can come down Or you can try to flip it back over. Right leg up into the air where everyone meets here. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. You pump your hips here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg comes to the outside of the left hand. Drop all the way down as low as you can into your yogic squat. We're gonna hang out here for a while. So if you have a block and you want, feel free to sit on the block. From here, place that right hand on the right edge of the mat. Tricep is pressing against your inner thigh. Option to stay here or reach up, left arm towards the sky. You can even take a bind, wrapping that right arm around the right leg, left hand back. Now if you're really feeling adventurous today, you can bring your left foot in towards center. Let's see if I can do it. Yes, I got it. And come all the way up to flamingo. Straightening that left leg out. Keep the bind around the right knee. 2 more breaths wherever you're at. Last one. If you're in flamingo, come down with as much control as you can. We meet back in our yogic squat and release the binds. Everyone release your hands to the earth. Straighten the legs out. Heel toe your feet back underneath your hips. Take a breath here. And we continue on. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Other side. Inhale, left leg up. Bend your knee and stack your hip. Option to stay here or flip it over into your wild thing. Maybe even into your full wheel. Making sure you watch out for any furniture that's around you or people. 2 more breaths. If you're in your wheel, you can come down as if you're just doing wheel, or you flip it back over. And everyone meets in a 3-legged down dog. Left leg up into the air. Bring that left foot to the outside of the left hand. We pump our hips now for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot to the outside of the right hand. Sink into your yogic squat again. If you want to use a block, by all means, feel free to use a block. I'm going to scoot back just to make sure you're seeing me clearly. Now left tricep is pressing against the left inner thigh. Left hand to the left edge of the mat. Right arm reaches up. You can stay here or you can take your bind. Know that this side might be different and that's okay. If you want to go for the challenge and the balance, maybe bring that right foot in a little bit more. And you start to come up. Flamingo. Keep that core engaged. If you're in the flamingo, left knee hugging into the chest. Don't let the arms do all the work. Utilize the strength of the legs. 2 more breaths. And if you're in flamingo with control, start to come back down. And release the bind. Take a moment here in yogic squat. Mainly because I need a moment here. 1 breath. And as you exhale, drop the hands, straighten the legs, and heel toe your feet back underneath your hips. Inhale, half lift, opening the heart forward. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Take a breath here. If you need to, towel up or take some water. I'm going to grab some water for myself. That was no joke, you all. All right. We're going to meet back on our mat. We're going to stand here for a moment. We're not going to move so intensely right now. We're going to take that right ear, drop it towards the right shoulder. Take your right hand, place it on the left side of the head, putting gentle pressure. And then reach your left arm out towards the side. Palms are face down. So notice my left palm is facing down. It might be opposite, look opposite to you. Then turn the palm to face back. That left palm is facing back. Notice any difference that it feels in that left shoulder, in the neck. Now turn the left palm to face forward. So my palm is facing the camera now. As the song just said, breathe deep, palm to face up. Last big breath here. And release. Come back to center, take a breath here. Into the belly. And we have the other side. Left ear drops to the left shoulder. Left hand to the right side of the head. Reach that right arm out to the side. Palm starts facing down. Keep the legs engaged here so they're still pressing into the earth below you. Turn the palm to face back. Notice if you're holding on to any tension in the neck that you can let go of. Right palm turns to face forward now, so bring it forward. That right thumb is reaching up towards the sky. Last one, palm to face up now. Right thumb is facing back. One more big breath. And slowly take it easy, release. Circle the shoulders back. And then circle the shoulders forward. Alright, so let the shoulders drop. We're going to go into some balancing here now. So if you need a piece of furniture to help stabilize you, if you need the wall, by all means grab it. Maybe you just have a chair that's right there by you that you can utilize. Hands to your heart center, of course, unless you're grabbing onto something to help. Right knee comes up towards the chest. You're going to hold here just for a couple breaths. Utilize the lower abdomen, so 3 inches below your belly button. Draw that back towards the spine. Really activate here. Then place your right ankle on top of the left knee. So figure 4. It's above the knee, not on it. Option to stay here if maybe this is already enough for you. Or you can start to bend into that left knee, shoot the butt back. Continue reaching the heart forward. And go as deep as you can. Maybe this is it for you. Maybe you can continue to go lower, taking your elbows to the shin. Maybe you stay here, but there's variations you can play with. If you want to add a twist, you can take your right elbow to the sole of the right foot. Or maybe you come into a toe stand. That left foot coming onto the heel of it. One hand at the heart center. Maybe both. These are not my strong point. But I got it for a second. It counts. Couple more breaths wherever you're at. Last breath. And now with control, start to come all the way back up and out. And release. Shake it out. I don't know about you, about my left leg. Starting to burn there a little at the end. And we have the other side now. So right leg is grounded down, hands to heart center, left knee up towards the chest. We take a couple breaths here. Again, remember, if you need something to hold on to, that is perfectly fine. Honor where you're at today in this moment. Left ankle above the right knee. Figure 4, and my left foot is flexed here. That way my left knee is not compromised. Make sure the foot is flexed. Start to take it into your variation, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you come down just a few inches or so. Maybe elbows to the knees. Maybe you add the twist. This is not my stronger side. Still strong, but not the stronger one. 2 more breaths wherever you're at. Shoot the butt back, reach the heart forward. Last breath here. With as much control as you can, start to come all the way up. And release. Shake it out. Okay, we have one more round of balancing for either side. Then we're going to make our way down towards the mat, y'all. So stay with me. You got this. Hands to heart center. We're going to come into our good old tree pose. You know this. Left foot stays grounded without using your hands. Bring that right foot up, bend the knee, and then place it on the left leg. Maybe it's a little lower than you expected. Typically, I can take my right foot higher, but I'm with the use of my hands. This time, we're not using the hands. Be okay with that. Arms reach up towards the sky. Now, keep the core active. Keep opening that right knee out towards the side. Shoulders are soft, core engaged. Bring your arms out into a T now. Right knee lifts up towards the chest. Straighten your right leg out in front of you. We have 5 leg lifts here. As you exhale, bend that left knee. Keep the right leg up in the air. Inhale, straighten out. Exhale, dip. Bending the left knee. Inhale, straighten. 3 more. You got it. Exhale, dip. Inhale, straighten. 2 more. Keep going. Follow your breath. Woo. Last one, I feel this one too. And release. Shake it out, y'all. Getting some good leg work in here. We have one last round. Right leg stays grounded here. Hands to the heart center. Again, you're not utilizing the hands. Bend the left knee, bring it up. Place the left foot on the right leg. But make sure your foot is not on your knee. You don't want to compromise the knee. Don't put pressure onto that right knee. Keep opening that left knee out. Keep the core engaged. Lengthen through the spine. And listen, I know I'm giving a lot of cues. As long as you're doing one of them, that is great. As time goes on, you'll add more to it. Arms reach up towards the sky. Keep hugging the ribs in. Bring your arms out into a T, left knee up towards the chest. Straighten that left leg out. We have 5 leg lifts. As you exhale, bend that right knee, sink down. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, sink. Oh, this side's harder for me. Inhale, lengthen. We have 3 more. Don't let that left leg drop. Keep it high. 2 more, you got it. Burning is okay. 1 more. And release. Shake it out. That was no joke. You all but we survived. We thrived. And we're here. Feet to the edges of your mat, slightly turned out. Hands to your heart center. We're heading towards the winding down, but we're still going to do just a little bit of work, so stay with me. Start to bend the knees as you sink into your yogic squat again. But notice, I'm going very slowly. We're not going to take this quickly. If you want to sway from side to side with the music, that'll help a little bit. You can. You have another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way into your yogic squat and take a seat onto your mat. However it is you can get down. You don't have to get down the same way I did. If that's not in your body today, don't worry about it. All right, something we haven't done in a good little while. We're going to do some boat pose. But if you have a block, I'm going to recommend you grab one of your blocks because we're going to have some fun with it. Stamp your feet on the ground, knees are bent. Reach your arms out in front of you, and everyone slightly lean back, opening the heart up. Maybe this is where you stay for today, and this is your practice right now. That's great. Maybe you lift one leg up, maybe the other. You're in your boat pose. Option to stay here or grab a block. Palms are open, so open face palm right here. Holding a block. Everyone's going to start to move with their breath. If you don't have a block, doesn't matter, but you're still doing the movement. Watch me first. You're going to inhale here. And as you exhale, come into low boat, circle arms back above the head, watch out for furniture, switch the block, inhale, come back up, switch the block, exhale, you make your way back down, switch it to the right hand, inhale, come up, and that's what we're gonna do, 3 rounds each side, starting now. It doesn't matter which side you start, inhale here, exhale, lower down. Switch the block, inhale, come up. We switch, exhale down. Last one, this side, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, we take it the opposite way now. Exhale down, you have 3 more. Inhale up. Switch the block. Exhale down, this is your second one. Inhale up. Last one, stay with me, you got it. Exhale down, I know it burns. Switch, inhale up. Place the block on your shins, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab the block, cross the legs. Set the block to the side, or throw it away. Whatever you want to do, lift the sit bones up for a moment. And then take it down. All right, legs out in front of you. That's it for most of the effort today. From here, we start to wind down and do more stretching to cool down. Feet are flexed, toes are reaching towards you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold it over. I'm telling y'all, I don't know what happened. Because at the start or before class, I was like, this is gonna be easy. I even joked with Miguel, I'm like, we're gonna do just Shavasana the whole class. That is not what happened at all today. Something else got channeled for y'all. Keep opening the heart forward, lengthen through the spine. Shoulders away from the ears. Big breaths. Now that we're starting to cool down, see if you can deepen the breath a little more.
Just wondering how it feels to ride across my way over this road.
2 more.
I've lived all of my years with this heart of mine just beating right out of my chest.
Walk the hands back. Open the legs out as wide as you can. If you need to shift, so you keep your heels on the ground, maybe you're on tile, so you want to keep the heels on the ground, then turn, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to move the block so that you can see me a little more clearly. Take the legs as wide as you can. Feet are flexed, knees and toes facing up. From here, simply walk your hands as far forward as the body will allow. You can just hang out here for a moment. Give it a little bit of effort so you're sticking your butt out. Something I don't normally say in class, but I want you to stick the butt out so your sit bones are reaching back behind you and open the heart forward. Two more breaths here. Start to walk your hands back. Come into sitting nice and tall. Take your left hand, slide it underneath your right thigh. So rest the right thigh on top of the left hand. Bend the left elbow, bringing it down towards the earth. Left elbows pressing against the left thigh. Right arm up. And reach the right arm towards the left toes. Flex the left foot, keep opening the heart up.
And they say when the skies are cold and the seas cold, then maybe it's your time to go.
If you can, maybe you hook the fingers around the big toe, the left big toe. But I don't want you to compromise this pose and to close that right shoulder off in order to do so. Keep opening here. You have 2 more breaths wherever you're at.
And we fall in and out of love with all misperceptions.
Take your time here as you slowly start to come back up. Use the core. We're going to switch. Take the right hand, slide it underneath the left thigh, bend the right elbow, dropping it into the right inner thigh, left arm up, and reach over, left hand towards the right foot. Again, maybe you grab the big toe, maybe not. Three more breaths. A little deeper. One more breath. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Taking your time again. Stay here because we're going to walk the hands forward one last time. This time, if you want to put a little bit more effort, you can grab onto maybe your shins, your ankles, your feet, and draw yourself forward a little bit more. Keep sticking the butt back, opening the heart forward. And listen, wherever you're at right now is perfect. It's exactly where you should be. This is one of those poses where I remember I could barely be here. Like, it was so hard for me. So to see how far I've come in just a few years with it, you'll see it. If you put the work into it, you're going to see the difference. And also, it's important to acknowledge the work you put into it. So often we have our eyes set on whatever goal or intention we might have that we so often forget to acknowledge and give ourselves credit for the work we've already done. So don't forget to do that. As you might say, treat yourself. 2 more breaths. Last one. Start to walk the hands back towards you. Sitting up nice and tall. From here, keep your legs wide. We're going to bring your right foot, place it on the left thigh. Turn your torso so it's in line with the left thigh. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold it over. Reaching for the left foot. If that's not in reach, grab the calf muscle and shin, maybe the ankle, whatever you can. Relax the shoulders, soften your jaw. One more big breath here. And slowly release. When you get nice and tall, bring that right leg back out into the V, and we switch. Left foot into the right thigh. Turn your torso to be in line with that right leg. Flex your right foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold it over.
You should be so happy now. Oh, if you keep reaching and I'll keep going. But if you're not so good, then I won't keep it.
More breaths here.
If you leave the light on, I'll leave the light on. Oh, I am falling. It's just
Slowly release, coming back up. This time, straighten your legs out in front of you now. Bring that right leg in, to the left. Sit up nice and tall, reach your arms forward with control, taking your time. Slowly lower back onto your mat. Once you're all the way down on the ground, hug your knees into your chest. Find a rock from side to side. Circle your knees in one direction. Circle in the opposite. Drop your feet back down onto the mat. Keep your knees bent windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Keep them hip width apart, the feet. Drop the knees over to the right side. Place your right foot on top of the left thigh. So again, right foot on top of the left thigh. Arms reach up and over the head. Grab onto your left wrist and draw the left arm back behind you. Breathe into the left side of the body, using that mind's eye, using your imagination. Envision the breath flowing into the left side of your body, the left hip, the left rib cage, that left lung, the left shoulder. Big breaths. Reach that left arm back a little more. 3 more breaths. Make them deep. Bring that right foot back down onto the mat. Bring your knees up through center. When you take it to the other side, drop the knees to the left. Left foot on top of the right thigh. Grab onto the right wrist this time. Pull the right arm back. And again, focus the breath into the right side of your body. I know that may sound kind of odd to some people, but I promise you, the mind is very powerful. If you envision the breath going into the right side of the body, it will. 3 more here. Slowly start to come back to center. Knees stay bent. Bring the feet together now. Let the knees drop out towards the edges of the mat, reclining butterfly pose. Focus on the breath while you're here, going deep into the belly. Back to center. Allow your knees to touch. Heel toe your feet out towards the edges of the mat, or walk them even further, really, until you feel this from the sides of your legs. Knees are falling in, knees are touching. Into the chest, supine twist, right knee drops over towards the left, right shoulder stays down. Again, if you want, you can use a block underneath the knee, and since you are warm, if you want to take it even further and go deeper into the twist, by all means, feel free to do so. Gaze is over the right shoulder. 2 more breaths here. Inhale back to center. And switch. Right leg straightens out. Left knee hugs in. Supine twist. Left knee drops to the right side. Left shoulder stays down as best as you can. Gaze is over the left. Three more breaths here. Last one. And release. Come back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. Draw your forehead up to meet your knees. Squeeze everything in. And release. Shavasana. Your final resting pose. Flatten out onto your mat. I'm moving to adjust the music, but you set yourself up to rest. Flatten out on the mat. Utilize any props that you may want here. Take up space, feet to the edges of the mat. If you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes. Let go of any control of your breath. Release any activation in the physical body. Let the back of your head get heavy. Relax your eyebrows, center, soften your jaw. Drop the shoulders. Soften the hips, hands, and feet. And in this moment, there is nothing to be doing. There's nowhere to be, no one to talk to. Simply allow yourselves to rest. Introduce a deeper breath into your body. Start to bring small movements back into your fingers and into your toes. Gently rock your head from side to side. And give yourself a good morning stretch, reaching the arms up and over your head. Point your toes out in front of you. And as you're ready, make your way onto one side into a fetal position on your mat. Taking your time, start to press your way up into a seated meditation pose facing forward. And we'll meet with our eyes closed and hands at heart center in prayer posture. We'll seal off today's practice with one clearing breath followed by an Om. Everyone inhale, fill the belly up. Open the mouth, exhale it out. Inhale for Om. Thank you for giving yourselves the gift of yoga today. From my heart and home to yours, namaste. All right, you all. That is your yoga, the new Sunday Fun Day practice for this beautiful Sunday. Thank you, as always, for joining and for giving yourself the gift that is yoga. It's always an honor and a pleasure to share this with you all. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Also, if you haven't, make sure to check out the 21-day yoga immersion that is coming up, not this week, but the following week. We have limited spots left, so check that out. Debbie, I'm so grateful that you are here and doing this for yourself as well. So thank you all again so much. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will see you all later this week. Much love.